What's up, my folks? I hope y'all are having a great day. What's wrong? You lose your ball. First off, before we get going, I want to thank Tito for the Christmas present. I forgot about that, man. I appreciate it. It's a good gift. I just was looking at that today. Tell your wife I said I appreciate it too. And we're gonna do some more videos about what's going on with the Thaxton case. We're just kind of letting them kind of seeing what they're doing right now. It's kind of gotten from embellishment to ridiculous shit to outright lying now. So we're kind of letting them sit back and hang themselves, give them some rope. But anyhow, it'll be humorous for a lot of y'all when we tell you what they've been saying and doing. But anyhow, let's get on with starting dogs, bloodlines, different characteristics, different families, okay? Because I've made no bones about it, all right? My stuff, like this stuff right here, are late starting dogs. Every strain in them is. And the ones off of the Rusty stuff back to all that, the daughters of Buster and his sister, that shit is late starting stuff. I mean, honestly, Buster was probably the youngest one to really crank up, and he was about 18 months when he finally wanted to start really hammering hogs. But that's the main key with these dogs is patience. I mean, like with the females, the rule of thumb, like it was taught to me, and I think everyone will agree. All old timers, anybody that's had dogs in any amount of time will pretty much agree that the worst thing to do is start a puppy like 6-8 months old hunting. Okay? I mean, I think that was one of the first things I learned, Now, that said, I have had strains of dogs that I have started hunting with young. Like my old bullies and stuff, that shit was young, and they didn't hurt them. I mean, they was bad. And I was young in the game and started a lot of my Paladin dogs young, and they would start out the gate like fucking monsters too. But all them dogs eventually quit on me. So I kind of learned it was taught to me, let them mature a little bit more. They can't really, just because they have the ability. All you're seeing when they're young like that is instinct, man. You know what I mean? Because you got to school a dog, all right? And if you start in the puppy young, regardless if you hurt him, what are you going to keep doing? You're going to have to continue with it. You got to continue with this program. You can't just say, okay, well, he caught a good hog, he looked good at 8 months old, and then put him up for a year. He's going to go stale. I mean, that's why another reason, not to mention the teeth, the growth plates, and all that shit in the dog. Like this dog here, she's just getting over her second heat. 2 months after their second heat is when I do my females. That's when I start hunting with her. She'll be ready to start hunting in about a month. I'll send her and she can start hunting, getting schooled out. Now, schooling out's a whole different process too. You understand? I mean, it's not drop them in the grease and see if they can come out the palmetto patch with a hog in their mouth. That ain't how it works, okay? I learned, it's basically the same thing that you would do like back in the pit day. You school a bulldog, you school a bulldog. I mean, you want to keep the hunt short and sweet at first, and you want them to enjoy it. And like I tell people, I don't care how good the damn dog's doing. Don't let him stay on the hog very long, especially his first and second time. 5 minutes is very max. Usually the first hunt, I just like to let him catch the hog, break him off, and let him catch the hog again. So he learns that's what I want him to do, is go back over there. You got to teach them dogs. That's why it's called schooling, okay? You don't just take your dog out when he's 16, 17 months old and put him on. It doesn't matter how big the hogs are either, because you can never tell. That motherfucker might be hurting the shit out of your young dog. He's not even ready. A dog that don't come out the gate really with bad intentions is not ready to start. You know what I mean? Regardless of age, if he doesn't come out the gate with bad intentions, he's not ready to start. She likes playing the ball game. That's just all there is to it. But like I said, I know a lot of people don't have patience. These dogs ain't for you if that's it. I mean, now I have added some stuff into my strains to speed them up. Not physically speed them up, but to speed up the process of their maturity. Just like this one, I added the Jeep Red Boy Rascal, on top of my Turtle Buster, and them dogs are acting they're acting a lot older than most of the pups that I've seen off this. These dogs act pretty serious right now already, and they're about 6 months old. But there again, even though these dogs act like they want to catch a pig, I damn sure ain't gonna go catch a pig with them and fuck him up. You know, because this is the truth. You want to start your dog and you want to start him up, and regardless if he just gets a nick, a little cut, that's what you want him to do. You want to heal him up. You want to praise him. You want to make him feel that was fun, man. I got all kinds of attention and loving. I did good. You don't just throw him back on the chain, even if he just got a little, oh, he'll be fine. Throw him back on the chain for, you know, no, spend a little time with him. Tell him he's done a good boy. That's what the schooling process is. They're not all psychopaths, and you need an intelligent dog. See, that's what I went to. I started out with fucking monsters. My dogs were straight monsters, but they had no fucking intelligence at all. They were stupid, real stupid, and that shit will come out eventually. Like back when it was back in the pit game, I would get on a dog that was adapted to that shit and would get them by their fucking pickle in front of their eyeballs, and my dogs would quit. Now, if mine ever got you in the chest or anything, it was over. It didn't matter. I mean, sometimes when it was just they had that much ability in their mouth and they were that hard of driving dogs. And that's how, you know, a lot of my old Bullison type dogs was. Them motherfuckers was dangerous, you know. But I started, the dogs evolved. People were, and they were coming out with dogs that were like slick as seals and classy, and you know, they just would shut me down. So I realized I needed that intelligence in my dogs. But a lot of them dogs, like I'm talking about, were the original Jeep Red Boy Rascal crosses and all that shit. Those were the original ones. And there was one key thing in those dogs, especially the heavy Rascal. You had to wait on those dogs to mature. They weren't like mine. Mine was 14 months old. Them some bitches was ready. A matter of fact, back then, you know, I'm not condoning anything, but I beat a fucking 2-time winner with a 16-month-old puppy back then, off of a famous litter, off the Chisholm litter. You know, that Rooster Cogburn shit. I'm talking about, I shut him down in 24 minutes. They were bad, but they fucking fizzled out. You see what I'm saying? And it eventually, you know, the styles got better. People got smarter on their breeding and all. But for every action, there's a reaction. For every time that you, you know, add something or put something in or take something out, or you get something different, you know. And when you, like with your puppies, it doesn't matter what they are. School them properly. Like, don't let them overwork, period. Not even playing. Like her, I'll get that ball with her from her soon. I'll let her chew on another few, you know, but I ain't gonna let her sit there and just chew on that son of a bitch till she's laying on her side, chewing on it, barely closing her mouth, with her eyes glazed over. You know what I'm saying? Be smart about it. And if you think when you start your dogs, you want to make sure they're mature. That's for key. But you also, man, guys can't hunt dogs on fucking old Roy. All right? It just ain't gonna work. I mean, they're gonna be out of gas in 5-10 minutes. You ain't even gonna be able to catch a hog. They're gonna have nothing left. You know, big slobber and fool. Y'all gotta want them to act like athletes, treat them like athletes. But like this here is what I mean about speeding them up. He's only 13, 14 months old now. And now all I gotta do is wait on him. Wait on his growth plates to finish out, and he'll be ready. I mean, I'm not, no doubt in my mind that he'll be mature enough, and he already acts like he knows what time it is. He knows that he's a hog animal, you know. But there in turn, I got something as a trait that I didn't really like. He's loud as fuck. That shit's loud. But certain bloods, you know, you got to add certain shit if you want to speed them up. Just like her litter. They're just now, there's some phenomenal dogs in that litter. I ain't gonna lie. There's some fucking phenomenal dogs. And she's a great ass little dog. But she's not even quite finished with her schooling yet. I haven't had time. But she's on the right road. She's got the tools, you know. But there again, I have never, I've only caught a couple hogs with her, and it's been fun for her every time. You know, that's how you school them now. But I haven't sat on her too long. I just caught one with her maybe about a month ago. So it's time for her again. You can't sit on them now that they know. You know what I'm saying? You want to finish it out. You don't. You know, that's just the way it works. I mean, I've seen it firsthand what the difference is. when I give my dogs to guys that really know what they're doing, they're having phenomenal results and that are patient. I mean, they're more patient than me. I mean, I'll talk to him and be like, hey, man, this dog's 17 months old. How's it act? Nah, he still act like a puppy. I'm like, you think it's going to be any good, man? I don't know. I was like, well, come get you another one, or we'll talk about it, you know. And then they'll call me in a couple months. Oh, man, this motherfucker's great. You know, passing tests, flying colors, catching the shit out of hogs. You know, it's just the difference. I mean, but it's the truth. Some families can start hunting at 13, 14 months old, and I'm trying to speed mine up. But right now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I mean, you're looking at 18 to 20-month-old dogs is what I've been seeing. Now, this right here is a different stuff, but I'm still not going to fuck with him until he's 18 months old. I mean, he's young still too, but actually, they still act like puppies still. Whereas my Jeep Red Boy Rascal Turtle Buster dog, them fuckers act like they're going to be something serious. They're already serious. And that's what I wanted in that shit, because that stuff, there again, that heavy Turtle Buster takes a long time to turn on. You got to let it sit. All them older lines do. But that cross seemed to have given me what I like in it, you know. And, you know, you have to kind of figure out what it is. I like the way the ones are coming acting off the tank back to it. To the, you know, the Bolio, Red Boy, Jocko, whatever that is. I like the way they're acting. And they're performing good. Whereas it didn't seem like the Bolio, Red Boy, Jockos, and when I crossed it into the Dynamite stuff, it didn't really seem to make a difference. It didn't because that Dynamite shit, you know, you got to think about what it is. It's Frisco blood. They have traits of that Frisco shit. They're kind of shy. You got to get them out of their shell. You got to make them confident. You know, once you do, you got a damn beast, you know. But, you know, we just crossing like this one here. That's what it is, but it's crossed back into some, you know, the Rascal, Jeep Rascal stuff. And it's got a lot of little shit in there, but the little crosses are making them speed up. There he is. He's about 13 months old, and man, this sumbitch hates any critter. Any critter hits that swamp, he's on fire already. But what's up, buddy? There's another one of them killer cherry pups, and I expect these will be, you know, pretty hot, you know, by the time they're 16, 18 months old. You know what I mean? That's just the way I expect they will be. But like I said, I'll be letting them fully mature. It doesn't matter. The dog will let me know, you know. And when I take them hunting, if he doesn't hammer the hog with bad intentions, really bad intentions, he's not ready. He's just going through the motions. You see what I mean? Because you got to understand all these things. You know, I've gotten a lot of Homer dogs. I had some Homer dogs given to me one time that were fucking awesome. They turned out awesome. Dude was tired of feeding them. They wouldn't hunt. They were young. I knew that blood, that old fucking rat, any of that rascal shit. You want to sit on it. Like our little bitch that we just bred to Rusty. I just been bottle feeding them dogs for 2 weeks. I want to make sure that they get a fair shake and that y'all let them mature, because we didn't even mess with our bitch until she was over 2. You see what I'm saying? And she was phenomenal. You know, that's another thing. A lot of that blood, I mean, I grew up around it. I've seen a lot of them dogs, and that's the key in them. That's the key in them. People ruin Eli dogs worse than anything I've ever seen, because some of them Eli strains will be hot as fuck. Oh boy, let's take old 10-month-old out and put him on a fucking 300-pounder and leave him on it for fucking 15 minutes. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I see them do stupid shit with them. So just be smart, guys. That's all I'm asking, because we do work, all us breeders work very, very fucking hard to make sure, you know, most of us do anyway, to bring you a good product. When you come to me and get a pup from me, it's going to be a nice, fat, healthy product, bred the way I say it is, off of good dogs. You know what I mean? And most of the other guys are doing the same thing and trying hard to. You know, I hear, why do you think most of the blood, like the famous producers, you hear everybody, oh, Frisco, Kurt, oh, blah, 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 blah. Because a lot of the people got them dogs and fucking didn't have a damn clue what to do with them. Same with Jeep. You know, you hear people talk, oh, Jeep shit, trash, blah, blah, blah. Man, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have intelligence is the key fact. Operator error is a lot of problems in these dogs. What's up, buddy? Now, as far as brood stock goes, we're gonna start actually specializing in finished working dogs. I'm just gonna start keeping a lot more of my pups and having them finished out and keep them like that. That way, I know they get the fair shake. You know what I mean? And what comes out my end will be completely finished out, schooled out, ready to hunt. You just put a vest on him and go. You know, that's what we're focusing on. And brood bitches, we got a few brood bitches that we'll let go. And a brood bitch is not, I have some questions about that too, about want puppies for a brood bitch. Now, you can talk about heavy bred dogs as brood stock if you want, but a brood bitch is a made thing. Just like a good hunting performing dog is a made thing. Otherwise, it's a prospect. That's it. It's a prospective brood bitch, because just because a dog's bred good doesn't mean that bitch is going to be a good mama. It don't mean she's going to have puppies. It don't mean that she's going to be able to nurse them good. Just like our little Artie bitch, our little Eli Weirjack bitch. I had to take the pups off her and bottle feed them. They were fucking her up. You know, she can't. Some dogs can't take it. These little turtle buster dogs are going through their lanky stage. But you know, each strain has got its own thing. But you know, and a good brood bitch is a bitch that can produce proven puppies and raise them for you. That's a brood bitch. Of course, it helps that they're bred real good too. But the main thing is the production ability and her ability to raise puppies. You know, from a good family of dogs. So that's the key. Because just like that Tank serious breeding, that shit was a nightmare. She killed most of them puppies. She's a terrible ass mama. I had to lay there with her for like 3 fucking days. I had to break every puppy except the last pup. She took care of it and started being motherly. But it took all freaking night and all day the next day. And it was just a pain in the ass, man. So, and then for like 3 days, she still was stepping on them. She killed over half of them by just being a big klutz on them. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's certain ways, certain things, you know. But now the bitch is a great mama. I got her broody. It was a skill that you got to use on your dog. You can't just ride them up, oh, fuck this stupid bitch. You know, if you want pups off of them, you got to make them do what you want to do. You know? And not to mention that red stuff, I put that red stuff in my dogs to to dumb them down. I'm not even gonna lie. That's why I put them in there, to speed them up, like mentally, because a lot of that shit is fire quick, early, young, and they're real gamey. And to speed them up mentally, because and to dumb them down a little bit, because some of my dogs are real smart. You ask the people, they're really like stupid, scary smart. You know what I mean? I've had people say, man, this bitch is opening doors and unlatching house locks and shit, like kennels and stuff, and getting out when they want to. And I'm like, yeah, that's Rusty's like that. You know, they're in a very, especially if you spend a lot of time with them, man, they will become an intelligent dog, on par with any other dog I've ever seen, any kind of dog, Labrador, any of that shit. I mean, not all of them, but that's a lot of them are. But anyway, folks, like him, he's as dumb as a box of rocks. We did good on that. Ain't you, Dodo? I bet he's gonna be a hell of a hog hound though, and he's durable as shit. Here, play with that. Can't have nothing in there. Everything's a toy. But anyway, folks, y'all take care. Y'all keep on bulldogging. Y'all stay safe, and that's my advice today to all you guys. Let your dogs grow up and mature. You know, it takes too long to raise them, breed them, have them, all that shit to hack them. That's what we call a hack. Somebody that does that to animals is a hack. You know, it's already got bad enough fucking shit by all the hype and all the bullshit. You know, people need to be a little ethical. You know, you don't, because they notice all that shit. Trust me, people notice it. Anyway, folks, y'all take care, and y'all keep on bulldogging.